Welcome everybody to another great episode of Brutally Honest. This is your boy Stitches NBC.
And your boy Brutal Keith.
How is everybody doing, man? I'm feeling good. How you feeling, bro?
Actually, I'm great, man. I had a pretty good day today.
Hey, thanks for coming get to the show. It's not about you, all right? Thank you everybody for tuning in. Now today we're actually going to be talking about as far as don't create a problem that you're going to have to solve later. We're going to talk about how, from a man's perspective, like, you're going to repeat yourself. You're going to have to repeat yourself at least 1, 2, maybe even 3 times. We're going to let you know what actually happens on that 4th time. We're also going to talk about the main topic, which is, and I'm going to ask you guys this, especially those that are tuning in now. Would you take your partner's word over your best friend? You know, they actually got brought up to me. Jaylene actually brought that up. I'm gonna give you credit. Thanks for that. That was supposed to be actually in the hat. But it's such a great topic. We're actually gonna make a show about that as well. We're also gonna be talking about match my energy. We're gonna talk about that. But before all of that, I really want to ask you guys a question. This man, like, how are you? No, seriously. I'm really asking this from my heart, and I'm being sincere and serious right now too. How are you? How are you really? Don't front, don't stunt, don't act like everything is all good and things like that. You know, I'm aware just because I had a pretty good week, you feel me? I'm aware that not everybody is like that. Now, we always end the show with, hey, if anybody needs counseling, if you guys ever need to reach out, if you're having a bad day, long week, or anything like that, if you're feeling down and depressed and you just need somebody to talk to, somebody to vent, somebody just with an open ear, we are here for y'all. So I definitely wanted to repeat that at the beginning of the show to let you guys know that we do care. You know, especially being that we're building a community here and we have a lot of loyal viewers that come to us every single week. I'm asking you guys, even the ones that are tuning in now, even the ones that are new, I'm still asking you guys, how is it that you're feeling? And I really do hope that you guys are okay. Now, press 1 if you're watching this live. Press 2 if this is a replay. Press 3 if y'all shared and y'all want a shout out. And click on 4 if y'all a new viewer. We definitely would like to welcome you guys to the show. This is exactly what we're talking about. Brutally honest from a guy's perspective. Now, we're going to go straight to it. Don't create a problem that you're going to have to solve later. I mean, Keith, you know, we speak, so you know where I'm getting at. Yeah. But is there something that resonates besides the obvious when I say don't create a problem that you're just gonna have to solve later anyway? Yeah. Does something like resonate to you?
Definitely, man. One of the things that instantly come to mind when you say that is if you got a problem or if you feeling some type of way, say something.
Yeah.
Like, just plain and simple. And what I mean by that is because if you don't, then that person gonna think it's okay, think you're cool with it, think everything's alright, and they're gonna keep doing it even though obviously you feel some type of way or it does necessarily bother you. So when you say that, the first thing that comes to mind for me is resentment, man. Is like, if I don't check them now, I'm gonna resent it later.
You're gonna regret it later. But like, as far as like an example, you got a quick example as far as what you mean by that? As far as that?
Okay, perfect example. Me
Great.
Personally, I don't like the FaceTime per se. Like on my phone.
So you not?
Nah, I'm not into FaceTime. Like if we need to talk, we can text. If it's an emergency or if it's something real quick, then I don't mind. But like to just sit on the phone all day and FaceTime it, that's not me. That's not my thing. So when I'm meeting a girl for the first time or I'm talking to her, getting to know her, if that's one of the things I notice is she always calls me on FaceTime versus anything else, I'm gonna let her know right then and there, yo, look. This isn't what I usually do. This isn't me. If this is what you like, if this is what you want out of somebody that you're looking for, then you know what? We should just stay friends, not even move forward. Because I know if I let it go now, down the road, it's definitely going to be a problem for me. Maybe not for them, but for me, it's going to be a problem.
But that's your preference, and I completely respect that and understand that as well, because that's exactly what I mean as well. As far as don't create a problem that you're gonna have to solve anyway. You know, a lot of times we go through our lives like, oh, we don't wanna hurt somebody's feelings. We want to be politically Correct. We want to get along. That a lot of times we lower or disregard our own standards as far as, you know what, maybe it's not that serious. Maybe it's not that serious, but if you are aware of yourself, if you know yourself, if you're in tune with yourself, and you really know what is that irks you, what is it that really bothers you, and anybody that you come across, like especially when the new encounters, a new friend, a new girl, a new dude you're talking to, whatever it is, and they do something, you have to check them right then and there. You feel me? And if you don't check them right then and there, please do not let the second time go by. You feel me? Because now you're going to start repeating yourself, but we're going to get to that as far as the repeating yourself goes. We're going to stick to the topic as far as don't create a problem that you're going to have to solve later. What do you guys think we actually mean by that? What from your perspective, what do you think we mean by that? Like for an example, I don't like you say, like you don't like to be on your FaceTime. I don't like to be on my phone all day. You feel me? And it's weird because it'd be like, but don't you work on your phone? You always on this and all that. So I'm working on my phone. You feel me? I don't like to text all day. I don't like to. Me, I'm more of a talker. You feel me? If we're gonna actually talk something, especially with the way I talk, I need to have that verbal. I need to have that face-to-face interaction with somebody so that they can really know. Alright, cool. So if they're blowing up your phone, like, and let's use myself this time, they're blowing up my phone, they're always texting me while I'm at work, you feel me? When I'm focused at my job, you know, I have to let them know right then and there, like, hey, listen, I don't like this and I don't like that. And just keep it moving from there. Now they can respect it or not, but if I don't let them know and I'm always texting them and I'm going out my way when I'm at work working with my hands and I'm like, oh, let me text and let me just keep the conversation going because it's new and love's in the air and butterflies in your stomach and things are going good and you don't want to mess things up, eventually you are, because eventually reality is going to hit the fan. Eventually you're going to let the person know and that person's going to be like, but you used to do it before. Yeah. Now paranoia and suspicions arise. Now me personally, I always say, and you know, a lot of people laugh at this, but I'm dead serious about this. I don't do questions or explanations. I don't do that. I don't answer unnecessary questions, and I do not explain myself at all. And people be like, oh, wait till you get a girl. No. Even if I got a girl, that's not going to change. Now, when you say it like that so abruptly, it does sound a little rude and maybe conniving and mischievous to some certain extent, but
I would say it sounds brutal.
Well, brutally honest, welcome. What I mean by this is that I believe with explanations, I don't need to explain myself to anybody. Why? Because I'm a grown man. I know what I'm doing. Period. I don't have to hide anything from anybody. I don't have to be sneaky or anything like that. So when they say, oh, if when you get a girl, things would change. Wait a minute. You know, we're single now. So it's like, if you're single now, why would you get into a position to deal with that problem? Why are you going to go and settle down with a girl that doesn't understand you? That's basically what I'm talking about as far as understanding, because understanding goes in line with trust. So if you don't trust me, it doesn't matter if I'm just going outside and checking the mail. Right. It doesn't matter if I'm going to a strip club. If you don't trust me, you don't trust me. And at the end of the day, there's nothing that you can do about that. That's their insecurity, meaning that's their responsibility. Because if you're aware and shorty or the guy tells you, hey, listen, I got trust issues, then you should just leave it like that. Be aware, like, okay, this person got trust issues, so they might react because of how they told me that they feel. But that doesn't mean that you need to mold yourself for other people. That doesn't mean that you have to be like, oh man, I'm just going to the store, but I know, you know, that they're about to text me, and if I don't respond, they're going to think something off. And so, you know what, let me just bring my phone, even though I never bring my phone when I'm doing this and that. And now do you guys understand what I'm trying to do or what I'm trying to say with that?
Yeah, I mean, in other words, and what we're saying is be yourself. Do what's comfortable for you. You know, obviously we're saying don't create a problem you're going to have to fix later on. So what we ultimately saying is if something happens that you don't feel okay with, speak up right then and there, so that this way later on down the road you don't have to deal with those issues and those situations. And like you said, if it's trust and all of those other things that's being brought up, if you know in the beginning that that's what it is and you choose to deal with it, then that's something you know you have to deal with. But ultimately, being upfront and being just brutally honest is going to be the best way to go in this situation.
I also want to add that if I don't do questions or explanations, then I'm not going to ask questions or require an explanation as well. You feel me? I feel like that's really important for us to state right now on this show, that if you are a certain way, if you carry yourself in a certain way, you should carry other people in such a manner. So I don't do explanations. Either you trust me or you don't. It has to work both ways too. Oh, Shorty didn't respond to my texts. Shorty didn't call me back. Or Shorty canceled on me. Whatever it is. Understanding has to be at the root on that, you know? And a lot of times, people just don't listen, you know? Like, you could repeat yourself 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. And it's like, the first time you told them, hey, look, this bothers me. Oh, okay. Now they do it again, right? Now the second time, you're raising your voice like, hey, look, this bothers me.
It's going to be a little bit more firm. You're going to be more direct that second time. Because after you said it the first time, that was the nice one.
That was the nice one.
Right?
We're past that. You didn't listen to that. Maybe you didn't hear me. Right?
So the second one's going to be firm.
Let me raise my voice. Now, the third time, now you're like, okay, you just don't want to listen. Maybe you're not taking me serious. Maybe you feel like this is petty for me. You know what? I'm going to use some extra language to emphasize what I really mean. And if things don't work out from then on, the 4th time, you're silent.
Yeah.
Because you're not even there anymore. And if you are there, then do me a favor and stop complaining. Because if you are there, you wasn't really that serious in the first place. Now you're just talking, just to talk, just to carry a persona. Because if you're telling Shorty, and you know, we're talking from a guy's perspective, it works both ways, right? But if we're telling Shorty this and that, and the second time or the third time, and she don't listen or she don't care, whatever the scenario is, and you're just going to keep repeating yourself, but you're not doing anything about it, if you're not removing yourself from the situation, if you're not letting them, if you're not showing them, not telling them, because obviously words wasn't working.
Exactly.
You have to do it and back it up with your actions as far as what it is that you really mean.
And I love that you said that, because that's sort of where I was coming from with this topic, is in regards to, if I say it once and you don't hear me, the second time is definitely going to be a little bit louder and a lot firmer. You're gonna know I'm serious about what I'm saying the second time. And like you said, I'm just gonna take it as, maybe you didn't hear me the first time, maybe you didn't think I was serious the first time. The second time is to really let you know where I stand with it. Now, when it comes to that third time, you hit the nail on the head, because it's definitely going to come with extra language. And by that, I don't mean just more words. Yeah, I was going to say, not more does and A's and N's and O's filled in. No. It's going to be a lot of explicit, vulgar language that's going to be added into that. Because at that point, either you don't respect what I'm saying, or, like you said, you're not taking it serious. So I'm going to show you how serious it is to me. And I'm going to let my actions speak louder, because after that, you're going to see how serious it is to me. You're not going to hear me at that point.
Definitely. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Betty, Terrence, Anisha, Liz, everybody, Haiti, La Morena, Bart. Thanks everybody for tuning in. VMS, my killer. What's up? And that's what it is. Like, if you just let it rock, then apparently you're not serious at all. Now, you know, before we move on to the next, you know, this is like, but is that a way of giving false hope? Like guys that say they don't want anything serious, but yet they start doing relationship stuff. You feel me? So like their words don't match their action. Like, nah, like I just want to be friends. Not like we cool. Oh, you seen other people? Heck, I'm seeing other people too. Like, you know what? But yeah, they're giving you Valentine's Day gifts. Yeah, they with the good morning and the good night, beautiful, and they doing their relationship stuff and going out on extra dates and spending more time. You feel me?
Doing a little extra. And you know what? To me, that sounds like that went with the first topic we talking about. Obviously, they creating a problem that they're going to have to deal with later if that's the case. Because, like you said, if the actions aren't lining up with the words, then somewhere along the line there's going to be miscommunication.
But let's be honest, not to cut you off. Let's be honest. At the end of the day, it's all about self-reflection. Mm-hmm. So I respect you asking, what about guys? Listen, don't worry about that. Worry about yourself. Because what we're talking about, you're repeating yourself 1, 2, and 3. Like, the guy's telling you or showing you this, and you keep repeating yourself like, nah. But if you're still there, how do you expect the guy to take you serious? Back to the 4th step. You remain silent and you remove yourself from the situation. Because apparently, they're not hearing you. Apparently, they're not taking you serious. So, to all those that like to spend months and months talking smack and complaining about the person that they're with, sorry to tell you, I don't believe you. Apparently, you like to be in that situation. Apparently, you like to be drama infused with your life. I'm not believing you because it's been 3 months and you still got the same complaints. Like, what is it that holds you on? We could get into that. Fear being alone, or maybe fear watching them with somebody else. Comfort as
just
well.
Too comfortable in a situation, even though it's a toxic one.
What's good, Judy? Now the question at hand is: would you take your best friend's word over your partner? Keith, I'm gonna direct this directly at you. Keith, would you take my word over your girl's word?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Stitch.
I hope you would.
I'm going on the side of what I'm just gonna say.
We hit 30 minutes, bro.
I'm going on the side of facts. Okay. Period. And what I mean by that is, you might be my best friend or whatever the case may be, and I might have known you, for however long I've known you, and I can be in a relationship with a girl for the same amount of time. Like, let's just say, for example, the same amount of time. Am I choosing your word over hers? I'm going to go with facts. And what I mean by that is, if I've been with Shorty for 2 years, and I've known you for 2 years, and in the 2 years, you've known her, you've known our situation, and you've never come at me and said nothing like, yo, I seen Shorty with another guy or nothing like that. If that's how you approached me, I'm going to take it as in, okay, well, why is he saying this now? He never had this before. What facts do you have? Now, let's say there's no proof.
Like, what's the extra motive behind it?
And that's what I was going to say. Let's say there's no proof. You saw her with another guy, but you ain't take a picture, you ain't snap it, it was quick. It could have been somebody else, but you don't know. Like, it might have been her.
What's the proof?
My thing is, if you've never said that in the 2 years and you've known me and her been together this long, my thing is, why would you be saying that now if it didn't happen? As somebody I trust, my boy, I'm figuring you got my best interests at heart. I'm going to believe the side with the facts of you saw her and
but would your actions change moving forward? Like, for an example, you went through the situation, mm-hmm. There's no facts, so like you're saying, I'm not going to believe either, I'm just going to keep it moving, right? Uh-huh. But are your actions going to differ moving forward? Like, for an example, now you were Shorty, but you remember what your boy said. Now, are you going to be suspicious? Okay. Are you going to have that paranoia? You feel me?
Maybe not paranoia, but I'm definitely going to have my eyes open for the red flags now. As in, if
so
I wasn't...
So at the end of the day, it did change the dynamics in that relationship no matter what. And maybe that's all they wanted in the first place.
And honestly, at that point, definitely. Now,
and that's where I disagree, and that's where I find it wrong, bro. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to would you take your girl's word over your boys, you have to show loyalty. Loyalty mm-hmm. to who, you may ask. Loyalty to the future that you're trying to build. So, example, if I'm in that situation and you're telling me this about Shorty, but ain't no proof in the pudding, ain't nothing there, mm-hmm. then you know what? I'm gonna reside with my Shorty because my Shorty hasn't proved me wrong or anything like that. You feel me? So I'm going to show my loyalty to her and I'm going to keep on making it work. Now, may I be dumb by it or whatever? Only time will tell, eventually. Only time will tell, because true colors will eventually always show. But for the time being, bro, especially if you're saying, if there's no proof, you got to keep moving forward. But if you have some type of resentment or you got your eyes open and everything, is that really moving forward? Because I feel like you're taking one step in and one step out, just in between, just por si acaso. Let me just be careful now.
And you know what? You're right. But the reason why is because, like you said, what I'm building. Now, if I consider you a friend, then obviously I have some trust in you. Just like I have trust in my relationship. Now, obviously, it's different things there. But in a relationship, in that type of a situation where there's infidelity or stuff like that, like somebody's cheating or with somebody else, in those regards, somebody that I might be interested in may have had a moment of weakness. And again, that's not going to define who they are, but that moment might be oh, you know what? It might create that lack of trust. Now, if it's one of those situations where you come to me and be like, yo, I seen your shorty hugged up with some dude, and then I ask her like, yo, somebody told me that they saw you with somebody hugged up, this, that, and the third, and she's, oh, that was my cousin, he came from out of town.
It could have been anybody, right?
It could have been anything. Now, I'm going to question it.
But do you think that you should question it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Now, where it varies is this. If it's just a coworker or somebody I recently met or don't hold any weight over my life, but they might know my partner, and they're like, oh, I seen your partner hooked up with some guy. Oh, okay, thanks. And I'm going to keep it moving. Now, that's not going to hold any weight versus somebody I consider a close or best friend.
Yeah, like Judy says, it depends on the situation at hand. She agrees with you. She needs the facts. You know, some friends are not happy that you're in a relationship. And, you know, being with that said, when I asked that question on my Facebook, they said, oh, she's been my best friend for 10 years. They have no reason to lie. Like, what do you mean they have no reason to lie? Like, have you heard of envy and jealousy? Have you heard of that? Yes, there's always reasons to lie. Daniel Lambert said, thank you for commenting. I appreciate it. But to me, unless you can actually see it, how can you determine if it's true? I mean, it's just a thought I had. Who would you believe? I'm not going to even answer that question. I'm going to answer that question with a question, if you don't mind, right? And the question is this. How many times has your gut feeling been wrong? And let's go off with that.
I was going to say, I love that you said that. Now, the reason why I love it is because that actually leads right into what our next topic is going to be, bro.
Talk to me.
And what I mean by that is match my damn energy. Now, that don't necessarily always equate to relationships. It doesn't. But in what we're talking about here, like what you said about going off your gut, one of the things I was going to say in regards to that is, first off, energy doesn't lie. Energy does not lie. And what I mean by that is you can look happy as you want, but if your energy is down and negative and like that, you can have that smile on. I'm going to see right through it. Like, intuition is a real thing. Vibes are a real thing. And what I mean by that, all of those we can feel in our gut. You heard the saying, trust your gut. Go with your gut. Stick with your gut more than anything, right? Not your heart or your head, because your heart is going to get you hurt and your head can lie to you, right?
Yeah, bro, but I feel like you also have to be aware as far as your own insecurities, because it can actually affect your intuition and gut feeling as well. A lot of times you feel like it's intuition and it's just paranoia. A lot of times you feel like it's your gut talking to you, and it's just your insecurity creeping and seeping out from your soul. Like, you're not supposed to be happy. You've never been happy before. What do you mean they're trying to do everything for you? You feel me? Like, so I do understand, which is the question again. How many times has your gut feeling been wrong? You know? Now, I understand we're talking about as far as match my energy. Mm-hmm. You know, match my energy or match my effort and things like that. But we're not just talking about in relationships. But if we were...
I'm not saying if I'm hyper, you gotta be hyper. If I'm depressed, you gotta be depressed.
So what are you saying?
What I'm saying is match my energy.
Or match my effort.
And I was just gonna get there. not just match the energy, but match the effort as well. And what I mean is, if it's 50-50 or 100-100, however you put it, because we look at it differently there, right? However you put it, if it's 50-50, 100, either way, you gotta both be putting in the same amount of effort. And what I mean is, if we're back on that building stage, if we're trying to get a house, it shouldn't just be me trying to save up for the mortgage. It shouldn't be just me trying to save up for the down payment. We should be doing it together. It shouldn't be just you looking at houses and stuff like that. We should be doing it together. We should have equal parts in this relationship. If that's what we're talking about as far as matching the energy in a relationship.
Okay, but with that being said, before you move on, I want to ask you guys this question. And this question is actually going to be, it's related to next week's topic. So the question goes like this. Do women worldwide, I'm going to say worldwide, not in the U.S., right? Worldwide, do women depend more on men than men depend on women? That's a worldwide question that I'm asking. Now, we're talking about as far as, okay, so you explained as far as in the relationship, but you were talking about it's not just relationships. So,
definitely,
like, what other areas or fields that you are
in life about? In general? I mean, when you just meet somebody for the first time, if you go out to the bar to have a good time and you at the bar and you just there, you having drinks and somebody come up like, hey, let's have shots. If you're in the party mood and that's the vibe you're on and you feeling that energy, you might be inclined to be like, no, let's do it and go right ahead with it, right? That's just one aspect. But let's talk about at work. If you're at work and you got a coworker and y'all got to get something done and it's like, okay, I got this, you got that. Now, if I'm over here busting going hard trying to be done because I'm trying to get out of here, and you over there just...
So you're trying to say, so what you're saying as far as match my energy, you don't mean the exact equivalent. What you really mean is put in some type of effort to let me know that it is a team moving forward.
Definitely. And I mean, that can relate to sports too, especially when you talk about a team. Competitiveness. If I'm competitive and you not, it ain't going to work. We got to be on the same page or something somewhere along the line isn't going to work.
So I got my alarm set every Saturday morning at 3 o'clock so I could work on Brutally Honest when it comes to networking and marketing. Are you up with me at that time?
At 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So I shouldn't feel a certain way when you're saying match my energy because that's not what you mean.
No. And obviously that's the time, time that you're putting in at a specific time. That doesn't mean that I'm not putting time in at other times throughout the day.
So
you know what I mean?
I'm bringing that up so I can try to rebuttal you.
Okay.
Because, and it's going to be hard because you already said that it's not the exact same actions at equivalent. You kind of took the rebuttal away from me, right? Well, what I'm saying is like, whatever you said is cool, whatever. But don't have that expectation as well. You feel me? Like, match that energy but he or she ain't doing the same thing I'm doing.
Yeah, that's not
you know what? I know, right?
Yeah, I'm glad you clarified that.
So it's like, wait a minute, he or she is not doing the same thing I'm doing. When you start thinking like that, when you start expecting for everybody to do the same thing you're doing, then first of all, where's your value? Mm-hmm. Second of all, what makes you so different, unique, and special? And third, and for most part, when you dwell on things like that, it's going to affect your energy. Definitely. You feel me? We're talking about match energy. So now if you're feeling like he or she ain't putting the same effort, like you said, sports, relationship, even at work or friendship, or, like you said, you generalized it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, worry about yourself. At the end of the day, do what it is that you need to do for yourself, because at the end of the day, you will reap those benefits.
Fact.
Even if those benefits is just experience.
And that's true. And one of the other things I just wanted to touch on in regards to that was, the fact that energy is neither created nor destroyed. It's only transferred. And what I mean is, you're an empath.
Yeah, but I don't know about created or destroyed. I definitely, with the transfer and expanding, I don't know about it had to start somewhere.
Well,
so I don't know about the creation process.
It was always there.
It was always there.
Right? The energy.
Well, we'll talk about that on another show. We're talking about, do aliens exist? Right?
No. That wasn't topic, but what I mean is...
You don't believe in aliens? Oh, we definitely going to have that conversation.
That's a totally another conversation. I'm feeling the energy, though. But I was going to say, as an empath, I'm sure you feel it. And what I mean by this is the positive and negative aspect of it. If you're on that positive wave and you're happy and you're good, and you walk into a room of, people that just found out they got cancer.
Oh, man.
Bro, your whole energy when you step in that room is going to change. And it's not because of you, because you still positive. You just walked in. Now, the same way that their negative energy affects you and it could change you, it can be vice versa. You can be that same guy, positive wave, but maybe you put a clown nose on and maybe some funny hair, and you walk in that same room with those same patients, and now you got all of them laughing. The energy can be changed either way.
Yeah, I know some people that was having a bad day, long day today. Actually, one on my Snapchat. I even posted it on my Facebook stories. I had the black mask on, and I started cracking jokes. I'm like, you know what? I could make fun of myself if it could, make somebody smile, or maybe just, and they haven't laughed all day. Then I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Now, next week, what we're gonna talk about is your partner is a reflection of yourself. So if you're dealing with somebody that's not about it, then you ain't about it either. Y'all might disagree with me or agree with me on that one, but we're going to talk about that. I don't know if Keith has a topic for next week, but if you don't, you want to choose one and make one real quick?
Actually, I'm going to. I actually had something, but it sort of goes with the reflection of you.
Okay, so, even better. Well, what are we going to talk about
Last week we got something really surprising out of the hat.
Read it in your mind first before you put it out there.
I was just going to say, last week we got something real exciting out of the hat. This week, let's see.
All right, cool. You got that.
All right. Oh, wow. Yeah, I definitely got this. So next week I'm going to be talking about what's the number one excuse men give when cheating. And we're going to talk about that next week, ladies. I'm pretty sure you're going to have some responses. Please hit us up on our Brutally Honest group. If you haven't liked that already, definitely get a chance to go on there and like it. Definitely tell me what you think. What's the number one excuse men give when they cheat? Ladies, if you got a number one excuse,
you know what? Girls cheat too, right?
I was just gonna say, ladies,
so guys,
put something too.
What's the number one excuse girls give when they're cheating on you? Now, make sure y'all can tune in this every single Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. This is a commitment that we're doing. We're providing service to others. Now, I'm gonna end this with a couple of bars, like how I always do. Stitches NBC, and it goes something like this. From Nothing Lasts Forever. And I don't even miss you. I only miss the things we had. I miss us playing board games. I even miss the way we laugh. I miss us getting wasted, making love, and then we crash. Now nothing to look forward to, because those are things of the past. That's behind me. Still everything reminds me of our love. Sometimes wish that God can come and blind me. It wouldn't help because photographic memories will find me. So I'm always torn apart because love and hate's inside me. Wow. And it's killing me slowly. I can't trust nobody because I'm feeling they phony. Still want someone to hold me. Or at least console me. No one will ever know me, so I'll probably die lonely. And it feels like I'm dying. Tell me I'll be okay. And I feel like you're lying. But if there's no hope, then what's the point of trying? Though my tears may flow, I'll let the beat do the crying. Thank y'all all for tuning in for another great episode of Brutally Honest. I love you guys all.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
Damn, we look good.